All right, we've got one more that's underachieving, but we're going to wrap up the second quarter right there and head on to our third quarter. The third quarter, we're going to center around a certain team that is certainly underachieving, and that is the Washington Wizards. Okay, the Washington Wizards are currently, hold the phone. The Washington Wizards are currently 2-8. As of recording this, they lost to Dallas, as I knew he was going to point out.
Not just lost, got beat down.
Got beat down.
By Dallas.
Hey, they got beat. They got beat. All right.
Beat down.
What's going on?
Let me
First off, tell me what's going on with the Wizards. What's happening?
Let me break this down real quick. Let me paint y'all a little picture yesterday, right? So I was at home just chilling. Finally had a Tuesday night. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch some basketball. Wizards are on. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see what John Wall and Bradley Beal got going on. They're playing the Mavs. Surely, they're gonna take a little bit of ownership. I watched it from beginning to the end, and I'm gonna tell you, I saw an incompetent team. That's right, I said it, an incompetent team. I saw John Wall, who's out of shape.
Ooh.
I saw Kelly Oubre and these other guys who can't play defense. Rotations were terrible. And offense looks just like last year. John Wall cannot get to the basket as easily as he once could. Okay? And then I see a bunch of players that have no chemistry. No chemistry at all. And what is Dwight Howard doing?
He just got
at
there.
all. What?
Hey,
No. Don't give him that. He ain't doing squat.
He just got there. He doesn't even know their sets yet.
Yeah, well, he has to learn how.
Do they have any sets?
Stop it. If you don't you do it.
I mean,
stop
he
it.
learned to play with Matt.
Let me say this. Do they have any sets other than John Wall up top pick and roll?
Bradley Beal?
Right. But Bradley Beal is like, there's no chemistry. Have y'all ever watched the Wizards game really closely? Do you really see any real-time chemistry between, let's just call this what it is, over $100 million being played between three players? Do you know who those are? Bradley Beal, John Wall, Otto Porter.
He had a good year a few years ago.
But is he over $100 million worth over 3 years?
Corner 3 specialist, that's it.
He's making how much?
Yeah. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Let it sink in.
Yeah, they matched his
let
contract.
it sink in. Let it sink in.
Yeah, they matched his contract.
You go ahead and think about that.
Why do I work
Brooklyn
for $7 an hour?
And let me tell you about this. Wait, ready for this?
Brooklyn trying to pay him.
John Wall has not even hit his Supermax deal yet. Did y'all know that? You know what he's going to make next year?
If he keeps playing like he is now?
$38 to $40 million a year. Now, John Wall is no scrub. He's no scrub. But is his production matching $38 million a year?
Well, let me tell you something. John Wall ain't going to get no love from me.
$38 million.
Sorry, that was a reach.
But
reach for that one.
Like, I'm watching the game and I'm going, my goodness. Like, you gonna make any adjustments, Scott Brooks? Like, the Mavs they're definitely improved. I'm not knocking the Mavs. They played great. They're not that good though, y'all.
I agree.
Come on.
I agree. Yeah.
I've never been a John Wall fan personally. More than likely, that is because he used to always get compared to either Rondo. He always used to get, and he's currently getting compared to Kyrie as to who's the better point guard. And for both of them, I was like, Rondo is the better player. And then I was like, Kyrie is obviously the better player. So I've never really been a fan, partially because of that, maybe. Yeah. But his attitude, you know me and players.
I feel you.
We're sorry for hitting the mic there.
You're good.
You know how I am with players' attitudes.
I know.
When players have bad attitudes, which I think John Wall is just a big bad attitude. I don't know if he's ever had a good attitude in the NBA. Even when you had Hall of Famers, you had Paul Pierce come in, and obviously at the end of very, very, very end of his career.
Right.
Okay. So what's he going to be able to do? But they couldn't do anything. I mean, I think they beat. I don't even remember who. I think they won one playoff series where Pierce hit a game winner at some point, but. This team is just garbage.
They need. Let's just call it what it is. They need to blow up the team.
They need to blow up the team.
Blow it up. Let me. Hang on. I'm sorry. I gotta let this go. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
Can y'all predict to me who's the top 5 scorers for the Wizards as far as points per game? You ready for this? Yeah. I'm just curious.
Wall, Bradley Beal.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly Oubre.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Green. Okay.
Otto Porter?
Otto Porter?
Here, for this, let me give it to you. Bradley Beal's got 22.6, right?
Yeah.
John Wall's got 21.5.
Bradley Beal's outscoring John Wall.
Mm-hmm. At that number, before Supermax deal, John Wall only is averaging 21.5 because he's out of shape.
In this year's NBA.
In this year's, because he's out of shape. Let me tell you what else. Kelly Oubre is third with 13.2. Fourth is Dwight Howard
He's only played 2 games.
with 12.7. And then fifth at $30 million a year is Otto Porter at 11.3 points. 11.3. And you make it 30 minutes. Blow up this team. Blow it up.
Why
Blow
do
it
I
up.
make $7 an hour? And these guys are coming here.
Blow it up. At 11.3, you making that kind of dough. It just frustrates me. And I'm watching the game last night. I'm going, he ain't worth 20.
Yeah.
Brooklyn
tried to sign Otto Porter a few years back, and with the Wizards matched the deal. I was like,
I'm pretty sure Brooklyn's happy about that.
oh yeah, Brooklyn's like, thank you.
Otto Porter plays what position? Small forward?
Small forward.
Yeah, small forward, yeah.
Because Karis LeVert, I believe, is a shooting guard.
small forward.
He's
But then Bradley Beal plays the same position. Kelly Oubre plays. You see what I'm saying? It's a chemistry
Don't they got the Morris one over there
issue.
too?
Yes, and it's
wow.
a chemistry issue on this team, y'all.
Okay, so here's the solution. Trade John Wall.
Here's why you can't trade John Wall, y'all. You ready for this? I'm gonna read this. I've been waiting for this all day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read Zach Lowe. Zach Lowe wrote this from ESPN. Ready for this? So a Wall deal before July 1st is unlikely, in part due to complexity surrounding his 15% trade kicker. That means when he gets traded in a lump sum, if it's before July 1st, he gets a lump sum of 15% of the deal. 15% just for being traded.
Of his year or of his deal?
Of his salary.
Of his deal?
Salary in a year.
Oh.
15%. So think about it.
Who pays that?
Now, that's the other team. Yeah. Are you going to trade for John Wall?
No! For
In
my
a lump
team?
sum?
No, thank you.
Or for anybody?
No, thank you.
Yeah. So believed to be the first trade kicker that would be spread over a length of a Supermax contract, right? Which is important, but guess what? He hasn't hit his Supermax contract yet. Boom time. So if you do that, you got to pay his 15% up front in a lump sum.
So they're
Cannot be spread over years.
they're trapped with him.
Yeah. They're trapped. Which means the only player that they can trade right now is Bradley Beal.
And they don't need to do that.
But what are you gonna do? Or else are you gonna who you gonna trade Otto Porter to right now?
Cleveland.
Cleveland wouldn't take that deal. Even Cleveland wouldn't take that deal.
I mean, if they're trying to offload Kevin Love.
Cleveland wouldn't take him for $100 million. No.
They're not
They're not that stupid. They're not that stupid.
Tristan Thompson, the biggest thief in the NBA.
Stop it. No. Now let me offer y'all some ready for this. And I know I'm gonna shock you right now. What if the Lakers traded for Bradley Beal, but gave up Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, maybe even KCP or Josh Hart in a package deal?
Would you
You like Bradley Beal that much?
won't give it up that much for
That's
Bradley.
a lot of players for
I would.
one.
Bradley Beal?
But think about it. Let me tell you why. What do we need? Outside shooting. What do we need? The guy that can shoot, right? We need this and a backup center. We got the backup center taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
There's our outside shooter.
Did Bradley Beal make the All NBA teams?
I know he made the All-Star team last year.
But here's the reason why. Bradley Beal and John Wall, I don't care what you say, they don't like each other.
I can agree
They
with that.
don't
I can
like
agree with
each
that.
other.
I can see
So if they want to, if the Wizards actually want to really blow this up and rebuild, because they can't trade John Wall right now, you can't afford it. You've already paid these guys bukus of money. Trade Bradley Beal right now. Trade him.
I'll give him Wesley Matthews and.
No, they. You know, Dallas. Come on, man. You know that ain't happening.
I'll sell him a lemon. Real
You know
quick.
that ain't happening. But if we give them Brandon Ingram, some
Right,
young
right.
pieces,
Some young pieces,
then
yeah.
Wizards will be like, okay, well maybe we can restart in a positive way.
That's true.
Telling y'all, I've been thinking about
Wizards,
this
man.
because John Wall, I'm watching that, I'm like, man, he's so out of shape. He
Yep.
looks fat, y'all. I watched him last night. He looks big. Like I was like, and he can't get down the court the same way he quickly could. And I'm going,
Yeah, 'cause he used to be one of the fastest players in the world.
like easily
Yeah.
from rim to rim, could just get 3 dribbles, and
Yeah.
and he can't do it anymore. And then all of a sudden I'm watching Dwight Powell stuff him at the rim, and I'm going, wait a minute.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I'm just saying. But then the other players are just sitting there and they're not helping him up. They're like, it's a chemistry issue with the Wizards.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, blow up and just go to the lottery.
Yep.
I mean, right now they could compete for one of these Duke boys.
Yeah.
But you gotta have room for these lottery players, right?
Oh, you're right.
That's true.
You gotta trade some of these top guys. I'm telling you.
Okay, so let's remove maybe this restriction of John Wall.
Okay,
I just want to talk about. There's one team in particular. I heard it on the radio, and I wasn't exactly listening to their reasoning for it because it was about John Wall. But John Wall to the Pelicans.
Oh.
Anthony Davis won't like that.
Well, not only that, they got Holiday on a discount. Why would they make that trade?
Again, I wish I would have paid a little more attention to their reasoning. I just want that's a you say he wouldn't like that.
Yeah, Anthony Davis wouldn't.
Well, look, I'll just say it. John Wall a cancer to teams.
Yeah. He doesn't play defense.
It's cancer.
He's a terrible leader. So is that what you're going to clarify?
Because a guy like him, if you make that kind of money, you have to be box office, right?
Right.
And you got to be a leader, and he's neither.
What about Jimmy Butler? I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question. This is just a conversation.
You mean like trading or?
I'm talking about the whole.
Oh, cancer. Like the definition of a cancer.
The definition of a cancer. I'm just asking you. Is Jimmy Butler a good leader?
Want to? I mean, the T-Wolves aren't like losing every game, right? Was what he was saying was wrong?
They are losing.
Wait, but what Jimmy Butler was saying was he wrong? When he was talking about Cat, when he was talking about
4-7.
Yeah,
they've
I'm
lost
just saying.
3 in a row. Ever since he started sitting down on his own when he wanted to, they have lost every game.
But again, let me say this. I've said this before. Minnesota did this to themselves. You don't offer Jimmy Butler the same. Wait, ready for this? They offered him less than Otto Porter got in Washington.
Okay, well
they got him less than Otto Porter in Washington. Come on, man. Come on.
This was just a chat about
about
the Wizards. I just wanted to.
I'm sorry. I can't let that go. Oh.
So the Wizards need to blow up the team.
They need to blow it up.
Need to start over. They're irrelevant. Dwight Howard ain't helping nothing.
These are some of the worst deals.
Clippers East.
And then this Bradley, I'm telling you.
That's what I keep saying.
Bradley Beal obviously deserves to get paid.
Oh, Bradley Beal's a baller.
This John Wall deal it has him in problems, man, guys. Like 2 years from now, he's getting paid $40 million a year. John Wall, $40 million a year? Is he worth $40 million?
He used to be.
Is he really that man?
He used to be.
$40 million?
He used to be.
Remember this dance?
Yes, I remember that dance.
Yeah, at Kentucky when he wasn't making no dough.
Right.
When he was in shape.
He was making dough.
He was probably making some money.
Nah, he's making some dough, all right. He's out of shape. He out of shape.
Okay, all right.
He is.
All right. So that's our...
Oh, wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hang on. Scott Brooks. Let me tell you something about this, man. So I'm watching the game, right? I expect him to be doing all these adjustments, and all stuff. Not adjustments at all. He's just sitting there like, oh, they'll figure it out. Like, dude, does he not know his job's on the line?
He doesn't know.
He used to coach the Thunder, right?
But he's such a nice guy, right? That's Scott Brooks. Everyone's like, Scott Brooks is just this nice, polite gentleman. But you cannot be right. You cannot be a leader of men, especially these guys. John Wall needs somebody that's gonna be on his butt.
Oh yeah.
And Scott Brooks is not that coach.
That's true.
He's got to go.
So is he gonna go and then put a replacement in, or because Scott Brooks has been with the Thunder, he raised that young team. Is he good with young teams, or are they going to
Did he raise that team though?
I mean, I don't know. He was the coach when they rose. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just like we say Mark Jackson was the coach when they rose. Like that's what we got. Okay. Are they going to keep him there and just hit the reset button, or are they going to try and bring in a different coach to win?
What does the money say right now? What can they afford?
Coach.
So they're going to try and win because they're trapped in with John Wall.
They've trapped themselves.
Wow.
The Wizards have messed themselves over, which is why that whole organization, oh man, it's bad.
But hey, if you remember early in the season when the Celtics and the Wizards played, right? Because the other Morris twin plays on
Talking
Marquise.
stuff.
He was saying that the Wizards are just as good as the Celtics. And on that note, that is our destruction, or excuse me, dissection
Oh, that's a good one.
of the Washington Wizards.
Nice.
I like it.
And now, time to take the jacket off. It's time to get to work. No, I'm
Rubbing
playing.
He rubbing his hands like he about to do something.
You know it's about to happen.
In the NBA, this is our fourth quarter, the final topic for the day. In the NBA, I believe there are some unwritten rules. I think there are unwritten rules to everything in life that you just don't do.